Welcome back to the Connected Pleasure podcast, my loves. I'm Kayla, your host. I go by she, her, hers pronouns. And here is your second episode of day 3 of this open cart week. Let's jump into another thing that I want you to know about this coaching container and how it could possibly be for you. So, another thing that I sometimes get from clients is that they have already tried some things and it's not working. And so, why would this be any different from what they've tried so far? And I will say, oftentimes, what they have tried is what I call upping the ante. So, oftentimes, it's like, well, things in the bedroom aren't really working. So, we're going to go to a sex shop or we're going to buy some stuff online and we're gonna just try to throw some spiciness in there and see if that works out. Now, I'm super for spice and, fully advocate for introducing new things into the bedroom when you feel like it's safe and comfortable to do so on all sides. But when things are not working out in your sexual experiences, just again, upping the ante is not always going to be the best option, depending on, again, what is going on that's creating the friction or, the lack of pleasure in your experience. So it's really important to break down, again, what is happening and what is actually like the root cause of, again, usually low desire or not feeling safe enough in the sexual experience. And just upping the ante is not really going to help. And sometimes people have even read some of the books that I have suggested, but still don't really know how to put those practices into play and really figure out how do I work with this in a way that's helpful for me? So it kind of goes back to the self-help, doing it yourself strategy that, yes, that is totally a viable option. And sometimes even doing that, it's still hard to apply that to your own life and know how can I get the most out of this information that I now have that can sometimes feel very overwhelming. So this container, again, is really about diving into your own journey of where you've been so far and then helping you get to where you want to be. A lot of what people are experiencing is usually feeling unsafe in some way. Either it's in their own bodies or it's in their own bodies and with their partner or with their partner in some shape or form. That doesn't mean that your partner is an unsafe person, but it could be the dynamic that the two of you are creating together feels unsafe to your body. And there might not even be anything particularly unsafe happening. It could just be that, again, your belief systems around sex and sexuality have created a lot of shame and guilt around what you experience. And so there's a feeling of just being unsafe in the space in general because you've learned that this is not a place to feel safe. So there's a lot of things to unpack oftentimes with what your experience or what your experiences have been, what your belief systems are, what the narratives are in your mind around certain aspects of what is going on. And all of that needs to be addressed in order to really get down to the root of what is creating the issue for you in your sexual experiences. So just going out and getting another vibrator or something that looked fun on a website is not always going to fix the things that really need to be fixed. And especially with a partner, a lot of times it comes down to communication about what you want and need and being able to be vulnerable with a partner. And again, that's not going to be fixed by buying something new. Usually that actually exacerbates the problem. So There's so many things that I could list here that could be an issue going on for you. But in general, I just want you to know that when we try to take it into our own hands, and I'm not blaming anyone by any means. I know that this is kind of what our culture teaches us is like, if something's not working, then go get a toy, go get something that's more exciting. And, if the bedroom is dead, then we're supposed to like go get some lingerie, go get anything else to spice it up. And again, it doesn't mean that those things can't be helpful, but we also want to be addressing the problem in a holistic way and figuring out what is actually helpful. So if you've tried those things and those things still aren't working, then I would say it's not, well, then this isn't going to work either. It's actually that this might be the most helpful thing for you so that we can really get down to what are the problems, what are the barriers that are impeding you from having the sex and pleasure and intimacy that you want and deserve. And, really being able to feel pleasure in yourself and in your body and in your experiences again. Like there's no better thing that I think people want than that. So I want you to be able to reclaim your pleasure, remember your power, and come home to your body. So, with that, again, I'm not going to quite go over all the details because I feel like you know the details. The core coaching offer is 8 weeks. I'm adding an extra bonus week to that. So you get an extra integration session, or you get a some type of ritualistic ending to the container that you can either do individually, or if all the participants collectively decide that they want to do it as a group, then we can do it as a group. I have forgotten to mention that I was also going to offer the VIP option the choice also of another week of voice and text support as well. So that that could also be an option for a bonus, that you could get an extra integration session, a ritual session, or an extra week of voice and text support as your bonus. So you get to kind of customize it based on what feels good for you. The early bird special is still available. Again, $500 off on both the core and VIP packages. The core package is usually $2,999. That's $500 off with the early bird special. The VIP package is usually $4,999. That is $500 off. So go claim the early bird special. It is a really good discount. If you want a free 45-minute consultation, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. You basically have tomorrow, Thursday, October 9th, to schedule that. So go get that scheduled if that is something that you really want and need to be able to make this decision for yourself. All the add-ons are 15% off if you buy at checkout, and you have to be purchasing in full to be able to get that discount. There are payment plans available, $750 a month for 4 months for the core coaching option, and $1,250 for 4 months, $1,250 a month for 4 months for the VIP option. Also, if you purchase in full, then you get a free playlist from me, a free curated playlist that is all my favorite sacred feminine songs that have really helped me on my journey. So there's a lot of good stuff here. A lot of good stuff here. Again, only 6 spots are available. The 2 early bird spots are still available. So go claim those discounts and make sure that you claim one of the spots before they're gone, before the doors close on Sunday, the 12th. So I'm really excited to be able to work with anyone that decides that this is right for them. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can email me at kayla@connectedpleasurecoaching.com. I will talk to you again tomorrow for day 4 of this open cart week. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.